Hello and welcome to the new Power BI dashboard tutorial video, and in this video I want to share with you how you can create this amazingly looking dashboard which is quite clean, easy to understand, and then we will use a lot of text to create a monthly dashboard. So if you have several years of data but you want to create a monthly dashboard where you want to show the latest month KPIs and comparing with the previous month KPI, color code them, show them the segments information, or any breakout of the KPI, just so that you can meet the objective of your requirement. Also, we can compare the current month and current year and previous year monthly sales over here, because it gives an idea to the someone who needs this dashboard whether we are doing good or bad. For example, in May, previous year sales was high when it compares to the current year. Right down below, again we have a chart where we show the information by the segment as well as the shipping mode. So this is a chart where you can have two different dimensions, the ship mode and the segment, or any two dimension of your choice with one measure. That is something which I'm showing you so that you don't have to create these four charts. Within one chart you can actually create all of that. So that is something which I will going to tell you how you can create all of these very easily. However, with the DAX it requires a little bit of DAX coding. So first thing first, about the dataset. So my dataset, if you will see, is present in the description, and this dataset sheet link is basically what I have given it over there. Right, and in the row number 19 you have the sample superstore dataset, which you can go and download. Another information that you should know is that I keep all of my Power BI videos in a workbook, again the Google spreadsheet. Whole idea is that you have the YouTube playlist as well, but finding and searching a particular video is very difficult. So you can come over here, search any of my 350 plus videos, and then jump onto that. We're using the link which is given over there. That way your journey becomes very easy in case you want to find a particular dashboard project, the DAX video, or anything that is related to my channel, which you can bookmark and get the desired output. Okay, so we will going to create this monthly dashboard. Couple of components that we have: one KPI, the comparison KPI, and the breakout, right, by sales, by profit, by quarter, by discount. Then this is the latest year sales and previous year sales. In my advanced videos or advanced sessions, what I also show is that like we have shown sales, so how you can click it over here, right, and see sales, how you can click it over here and change it to profit, how you can click it over here, quantity, so on and so forth for the KPI. That means click the KPI, you get the desired output, right? Same way, this is the sales, but if you click on sales, on profit, this should ideally change based on how the profit or how the KPI is being selected. So this is something which I teach in my advanced classes or advanced courses. So if you are interested taking your skills to a completely next level, then join my course, and you will learn all of these plus many other techniques which you will find it absolutely useful. So with that, first thing first is, let's go into the file and the blank workbook, and from there we will going to start building this from the scratch, right? So let's just give it a minute so that it can open. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, or if you want I should pick up a particular domain example like a banking project, healthcare project, or anything, just feel free to put your comment for that, and I'll try and pick it up, that particular example, so that you get the maximum out of this channel, right? Okay, so what do we have? We have this thing, data set, right? So we have this data set, and yeah, I think my Power BI is a little bit updated. As you can see, I am getting an in-object interaction. So first thing first which I will do is I will just go, and in option I will try to choose that. For now I do not need it, so I'll just show you that option in case you want to go back to the old setting, right? So I have the preview feature, on object interaction and click OK. Requires a restart. All right, we can do a restart, or maybe from here we can say click blank report, which will open up a new Power BI window for us where we can go and do the work. All right, I'll just give it a minute. Feel free to skip for next couple of seconds as it will going to take some time. All right, now what I have as my old window where I have the data. As you can see over there, the icon was there and filter icon and all of that. But here what I usually get. So over here I'll connect to the Excel workbook, right? In the Excel workbook, I'll go to downloads and maybe I'll just simply pick up this, which is there on my Google Sheet. As you can see, the G Sheet extension I have given, right? And I have orders, right? These are the orders: sales, quantity, discount and profit, KPI by various dimension, and I will simply go ahead and click on load, right? So first thing first, which I will do is the pending changes, okay, let it apply, is creating a header and then creating the KPI, finally the charts, right? So I think we should be able to complete within 30-35 minutes for all of those issues. So I'll click OK. I don't want to review the errors because the maximum data, it has 10,000 rows and couple of rows are showing an error. That's why I said OK for this demo. In real life, you may want to check that error, what exactly that error is, right? Okay, so first thing first is in the insert, I will say insert over here, right? And we have to give a very relevant name, and I cannot emphasize enough that how important it is to basically give a business relevant name. So business performance dashboard monthly, right? KPIs and visuals to track monthly performance. Just a subtitle what we most of the time try to give, and the relevant subtitle, that means the additional information that we want to give, right? And this we can make it just be 14, not more than that, so that plus we will trim down the color as well, because we want focus on the on main one, right? KPI and performance. So with that, with small things like this, we start adding little bit of professional features where things are highlighted only when it needs an attention. Okay, so KPI, right? So first thing first is KPI card is over here. One thing I can simply do is add simply sales, but this is a sales of 2.3 million. That means it is a sales for multiple years, 4 years. But what we have is a monthly. So we need a monthly sales. For monthly sales, we have something which is called as order date, right? Year and all of that. One thing we can do is over here, we can basically put maybe the year and month over here. I'm just telling you the hard way of doing it as to how you can do that, right? So for example, you have to manually do that. Okay, I need December sales, and in the year basic filtering, I need the latest year. But how we can find this information dynamically? So just remember this, that this is 83.3 for 2021 December sales. Same thing we will going to find out dynamically with the help of DAX, because then it becomes super easy and we can modify it according to our needs. Here, for every visual and every KPI, we have to do it manually. So we want to reduce that manual step. Okay, and to do that, I will expand this and go to home. And in the home, we have a new measure. So first thing first is, because it is an order date, we need to identify the latest date. So we will call it latest date is equals to, and we have something called as dates, where we have to identify the latest date. So we have something called as max, right? And we have a table, so we will call it all orders, right? And we have an expression where we will specify max date, order date. This will make sure that this will make sure that you will always have the most latest date irrespective of the filter, and that is why we are using max. So always remember that max will change based on what dimension. Max order date will change based on what dimension you are using, but max using all orders will always make sure you have one single maximum date based on the latest transaction, not by any dimension or anything, right? So we'll do that. Let me just show you very quickly what we have it over here. 30th December 2021, right? One single date is something what we are getting it over here. Now with that, once we have that, we know we can apply the month function to get the latest month. We can apply the year to get the latest year. So we will say latest month is equals to month and latest date, right? Straightforward. And latest year is equals to year function and the latest date, and you have the latest year. With latest date, latest month, latest year, I can identify the latest sale, right? So what I'll do is I'll come over here and remove it, and I will simply create a new measure. Latest month sales is equals to, so what I will do is I will create two KPIs, and as a practice you create two KPIs, okay? So latest month sales is equals to calculate, alt enter, VAR and underscore latest month. We will call it latest month, what we created, right? We need a latest year also, because DAX will not be able to identify whether you are saying it for month is for latest month, previous year, previous month, current year, previous year. So we have to tell them we want the latest month for the latest year. Otherwise your calculation will be wrong, right? And return, I think calculate, I have incorrectly specified it over here. I have to specify here, calculate sum of sales, right? I'm doing it little fast. I'm hoping that you have some basic idea of DAX. If not, please watch my calculate function related videos or previous videos to get this output. Sorry, calculate, and we will say year of order date, right, is equals to the latest year, right? And month of order date, right, is equals to the underscore latest month, and close it, right? Now this we should get it equivalent to this, okay? So for that, latest month sales, right, 83.3. This is something which I wanted to show you how you can achieve it without having this manual step. Once we have done that, then the second KPI is latest month sales, right? Copy, and I will create it for profit. Paste. Now you have to create it for discount and quantity. Profit. Profit. Enter. All right. Now over here, rather than this, I see this 8.48k profit on the sale of 83,000, close to around 10% of the profit is what company is getting, right? So that is that. Once we know this, what is our latest month and all of that, we can always create the formula for previous month, and that is a tricky one. So let me show you how you can do that. Previous month sales is equals to, in the variable, sorry about that, I think I'm having a bit of a congestion these days because of the weather change. Previous month. Now month start from 1 and goes till 12. That means if the month is 1, that means the January right now, it should be 12, otherwise 1, right? So we will say if latest month is equals to 1, then 12, otherwise latest month minus 1, right? If you have 1, give us till December, otherwise subtract from the 1. That means if you have August, you will get July. You have March, you will get Feb. Alt enter VAR underscore previous month, and we will say latest year. Now in this case, if again latest month is equals to 1, then latest year minus 1, you have to get the previous year because you will move to December of last year. That is why we are doing it. Otherwise, simply give us the latest year. Let me know if this is confusing, but something which you can easily do it when you are creating the calculations like this. Now we can say calculate sum of sales, right, comma, year of order date is equals to underscore latest year based on what the month is. And we have the month of order date, right, is equals to underscore previous month. Enter. And rather than this, I add this. So this is the previous month sales, what we have identified. Now I can copy all of that, do it for profit, and you can do it for quantity and discount. Just make sure for discount you will use average of discount, not sum of discount. Because for discount we always take average. That's the subject matter expertise you should know when you are working with your data. Whether to use sum, average, count, depends on you will get the output. Okay, so over here simply take the profit, enter, and you are done with the second calculation, right? Once we know current month and previous month, we can find the ratio. So I will create for sales and profit ratio. You will create it. You got it right. Okay. Sales percentage change is equals to using the divide function and one more bracket where we will say latest month sales minus previous month sales, comma, divide by previous month sales, right? Same way, what I will do is I will create profit percentage change is equals to, what is that? Same thing, divide, one more bracket, latest month profit minus previous month profit divided by previous month profit. That gives me the percentage of sales. Then what we have is the after percentage of change for the conditional formatting. What we need is basically a formula which can basically tell us whether the percentage is in the positive, that means greater than 0, or negative, and accordingly we can set green or red or blue or red conditional formatting. So for that I will create one more measure, sales CF conditional formatting. If sales percentage change is greater than 0, then 1, otherwise 0. That's it. And I will do it for profit as well. Profit conditional formatting is equals to if profit percentage change is greater than 0, then 1, otherwise 0. That's it. Okay, I have most of the things what I need to create a KPI. So what I'll do is I will create a KPI, the first KPI over here, and I will say latest month sales, sales percentage change. I will put it in a second KPI, right, -29. What I will do is I will select that, make it percentage, and make it only 1 decimal. And in the formatting call out value, I will make it 15, and I don't need the label. So I can reduce it just so that it can fit nicely. over there. Yeah. Once we have this sales percentage change, right, I can come over here, go to FX, call out value, go to FX for conditional formatting, and I will say rules, sales, CF. Let me see, where are you? Sales CF. If is equals to 1, that means it's positive. So give me the blue. If is equals to 0, that means negative. Then give me the red, and I click OK, and this is how the value is changing, right? Maybe I will make it bold so that it is clearly disappearing. Perfect. This is this, and finally the donut chart, which is for the latest month sales. Latest month sales, and category is nothing but your segment. And over here I will just make sure that okay, I don't need legend, I don't need details label in the general, I don't need title, right, so that I can make it relevant to this. Yeah, and then I will reduce it to be like this, and then I will just move it up a little bit because I feel like this is not very visually centrally aligned. Okay, once you have this, copy and paste so that size remains the same, and second one for third and fourth you have to do the same thing. Okay, and you have to adjust the size and all based on the number of KPIs you are creating. So in this case, rather than latest month sales, we will say latest month profit. This one we will say profit percentage change, but again we have to change the FX, and this time we will say profit conditional formatting and click OK. Alright, so again profit percentage, I will select it, change it to percentage and make it only 1%, 1 decimal point percent, right? Over here I will just have to make sure that latest months, rather than that you have the latest month profit. Okay, perfect. So we have that. I have created 2. Now you can create 2, right? You just make sure that this is added and this is a little bit near so that we have some space here. One more thing which you may want to do is select everything, the KPI, right click and say group so that it becomes one object. Same thing, select these 3, right click and group, so it will become one object, right? Next is what we have is, first thing first is I will move this up a little bit maybe, and then what I need is over here the line chart, right, to show the current year and last year sales. Okay, till here maybe, and maybe till here, right? Okay, so perfect. Now from this latest year and all, I can create the latest year and previous year sales. So I'll create a new measure. Latest year sale is equals to calculate sum of sales, and over here we will simply say year of order date, where we have year of order date is equals to the latest year, right? Done. A function placeholder, and this issue is because we have to use latest year in the variable. That is why this problem is coming. Earlier I was directly doing it, but this time good that issue has come, otherwise we would not know that. Latest year is equals to the latest year, and now we will say underscore, we will first say return and then underscore latest year and enter. So this becomes our latest year sale. And for the previous year sale, let's copy this, create a new measure, and in this measure, let's do it rather than latest year sale, call it previous year sales, latest year -1, right? Enter previous year sales. So now on the x-axis, let's get months only, right? And let's get first latest year sale, and then we get the previous year sale. We have got both. Now I will just go on the line, maybe I'll just make it 2, that's it, right? We have color, so I will just make sure for latest year sale we have this. For previous year sale, I want to make it neutral so that we can, yeah, like this. Shade area, we want that, right? So that shaded area is there. Transparency, maybe what I need is 80% transparency so that it is clearly visible. The line for the previous year, and over here for the line. Now the next thing what I will want to do is we have a lines type which is fine. We have interpolation type, right? So smooth, so that it is smooth. Same thing for latest year, we want to make it smooth, right? So that it looks a little bit more meaningful and useful for the and easy to consume it from an information perspective. From the y-axis, we want to remove that. It has no value, right? So it will be clear chart, right? And then generally on the legend, I think it is always better to keep it in the top center so that it gets the attention of the eye, right? Then we have a last year and previous year sales by month. We can leave it like this or we can change it as per our need. Also month doesn't make a lot of sense, so we will go to x-axis, remove the title, and it will change, right? Finally, what we will going to have is this chart, cluster bar chart, right, which is based on the segment and sales. So what do we have is the latest month sale. Latest month sale should be on the y-axis. Latest so we have x-axis, y-axis, legend. Yes, that's what we need. So we have the latest month sales, okay, and we want it by category or segment in a way. So segment, right? And we want a breakup by ship mode. So what we will going to use is the small multiple for creating 4 charts. How we will do that? We will bring it over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just that we need it only on the one row. So small multiples, row 1, column 4, right? 4 columns, 4 rows. Now with that, if you see, comparing the information becomes very, very easy, where latest month sales is basically highest over here in the ship mode, and you will going to get a ship mode if I move this up a little bit, and yeah, there you go, right? So you have the same day, second class. So this creates an amazing output because now you have 4 bar chart within just one chart, right? This is something which is useful when you have a scenario like this. By 2 different dimensions, you want to break the bar chart or any chart for that matter. So I hope you enjoyed this. Last but not the least is I will going to just make sure that I have the canvas background which is gray color, so that, and it should be of transparency 30, yeah, 30% is good, right? The only thing is we have to just make sure that we select this, go to effect, we enable the background, go to effect, enable the background, and provide, if a spacing is required, then we provide spacing. As you can see with this, now spacing becomes easier because we know where this is breaking and not giving us the output or not giving us the break, right? So then this, And what I will also do is I will move this up here. This one also I will just align it properly. Yeah, come on. Yes. And over here also I will align it properly so that it all makes sense. So within under 30 minutes or 30 minutes have been passed so far, and we have created our fully dashboard where you will going to create 2 more KPIs. If let's say you need more space, then you again come to canvas settings, and canvas settings, rather than 16:9 choose custom, and for the width maybe make it 1400. You will going to get more space over here where you can add more information. If you want to add a filter, yes, filter is something we can add. Additionally, what I am doing it over here in front, I have not done it in the base dashboard. Maybe what we want is we want categories, product category. We want the dimension filter by the product category, and I will just expand this and show you how we can put it over there. Yeah. And this one over here, slicer setting, rather than that we will say drop down, and we will move it up here onto this box. Yeah, so that way when I come over here and want to see the furniture, I want to see office supplies, or I want to see technology, everything basically gives me the information as I need it. So let me know how you found, how did you find out this overall solution that I have put in place, and during your practice were you able to achieve it, right? Plus what else you want to learn in this, what kind of requirement that you usually get, just put there in comments, and let's see what we can do as an enhancement in the future tutorial which you may want to learn. With that, thank you so much. I'll meet you in the new video with a new topic.